Welcome back to On the Road Truck Simulator once again. We're back with part number 63 now. So yes, we obviously said in the last video we pretty much this was the first week at the On the Road Truck Simulator on the PS5. So yeah, so of course this is my follow-up video I guess from what we've playing before, of course, and as I say, so this is on the road, but we're on the PS5 version, PS5 upgrade. So we've got all the full-on graphics and NPCs walking, as you can see. So we know we're playing the PS5 version. So yeah, so as I say, finally we got PS5 upgrade. So and also the last video, we delivered. What did we drive in? 40 fruits, I guess, in the last video, didn't we? Actually, can't remember. So we drove all the way to Hamburg. We drove along this way, of course, past the possibly there used to be the missing fuel station on the PS4 version, but it was there apparently. So drove to Berlin. So Hamburg to Berlin, the big major cities in Germany. So that was quite fun. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll actually get a delivery started up now for our next slot. What we should do, so we can go back to Hamburg once again, but I don't want to go back to an easy tank because in case they're missing. That's the thing I never worry about. We can take 9 empty pallets to Bremen. This might be a decent journey. We could try that. That's a long journey, but you know, I think it's doable. Let's do that. Empty pallets, and also, as I said before, my employee driver, he's getting on of his, so I'll probably want to sell his truck just now because you know I need to get a bit as well to make for that, you know, and to get a bit of money for that. So let's do this then. Get an extra redone. Empty pallets then, so that's us. Just won't really want to do too many deliveries and don't overload the truck in that, so that's why I'm just being a bit careful with my deliveries. So we'll just do one. So we actually got quite a distance, quite of a drive this time around, eh? Hope it's not too long a drive hopefully it's not too long a drive. Oh, I was doing the horn there. We guys just hit the handbrake on by accident. So yeah, back on the road again. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed the last video that I did. The last video was just me talking about, you know, about updates for this game, you know, how you do it for NPCs as well. You know, this is the PS5 version, you can see. I'll go out now. Yeah, got NPCs running around, walking around, you know, all that. So yeah, you can see we're playing the full next gen version of the game. So yeah, as I say in the last video that I did, and I obviously said there's some issues with this game, you know, like updates and that as well. Like we weren't getting any updates for this game, but I mean, it's just a shame. But you know, I'm just saying like issues with this game, and as I say, there's still bugs that wiggle around, you know, all that still going. It's still a shame because I said in the last video how bad the game is. I mean, this version is still not any different, I guess. You know, I mean, it's because it's just saying it's just we're still playing the same update as the PS4 show as well. So I mean, yeah, it's just a pity now that obviously left the game in this. Obviously left the game where it is now. Yeah. Plus I was saying in the last video that there was a truck that just randomly disappeared, which went on the autobahn when I was driving around. You probably see it in the last video when the truck disappeared literally in the front of the screen. So I mean, that's something that wasn't quite right, you know. So yeah, we'll make our way to Bremen with this with the 980 parts. So a bit of a drive this time around, a bit of a longer drive this time around as well. Plus it's do it reasonable, I guess. We need a longer delivery, don't we, so we can make a bit more earnings and that as well for the drive, you know. Of course, we're still working out the Scania as well. Yeah, before the OG, the distant worlders, as to say. Probably won't be putting this truck anytime soon, but you know, when I get some earnings, I might get this truck customised again into the CM headbanger colours. But you know, I don't mind having the truck in this colour, to be honest. Anyway, the OG colours still looks pretty nice in that colour as well. Anyway, it still looks quite nice in this colour. But anyway, yeah. Still working out Scania as well. I've always done Scania trucks in every screen probably. Even the Griffin logo looks much better as well. I didn't even notice that Griffin thing. Instead the last gen version, the Griffin logo was pretty bad. I mean, it was all blurred out half the time on the updates they gave us. You can't even see it because it was that. It was low far again as well. Now it was quite detailed, isn't it, the Griffin? There's something going on with the sounds of the truck, isn't there? I don't know if you noticed them, but it's just that the truck's sounding a bit funny, isn't it? Like, it's like all the sounds aren't really synchronised. It's like the sounds of the air sounds, but there isn't anything with the engine, and it just randomly just comes in when you slow the truck down. Just like that, you know. It's strange. Seems like that's happening now. Oh, it's sliding back. Yeah, you can see it's cutting a little bit, isn't it? So that's no way. I wasn't like that before, surely. I mean, they must have updated, when they updated this game, surely they must have done some bugs with the engine sounds. It just then it goes a bit flat, doesn't it, eh? And it comes back in again. It's just so weird, eh? I'm sure I've noticed it before when I was playing the last stream version. I was doing that as well. I'm sure it's nothing to do with the game. I'm sure it's something to do with the game. But yeah, it's just there's issues, you know, issues after issues of this game, you know. You can't do anything about it, unfortunately. And I reckon the overloaded bugs probably still in this game still. Maybe in the next gen version. I've not even tried it, but I'm sure it's still going to be the same as the PlayStation version. I mean the PS4 version. It's just going to be the same. We're speeding up here. I think I'll need to look out for speed cameras. I'm gonna merge in here. Supposed to be doing 50 and yes, 50 kilometers here, Dad, and 80 because it's 50 in there. You can see. Come on the B roads now, so we can speed up a bit now. 60. Most of those speed cams, I think most of the trucks do 80 here anyway, don't they, by the scenes of it? They must do. So everything looks like it's tip-top and that. We need to go for a nap soon, don't we? 1 hour and 53 minutes now. We need to take a rest somewhere, don't we? Just like truck driver, you know. We need to take all these naps all the time, don't we? Half the time in the videos, the stamina goes like down, but obviously you're not got a tachograph in truck driver here, you're just relying on the stamina meter rather than the tachograph in this game, obviously. And that gives you 9 hours, obviously. And truck driver is obviously a scaled down version of this game, you know, at the end of the day. As I keep saying, truck driver, as I say in the previous video and many videos that I've said, truck driver, it's like a competitor, I'm guessing, you know, this game and truck driver, they were sort of competing at the time, weren't they? Or console trucking, you know. But both games didn't really materialise at the end of the day, you know. We haven't had any updates, we haven't had any communication, you know. And I just feel like, you know, like the heading off DLC for truck driver, I feel like that's never going to come out. Post last gen consoles probably. I mean, they showed the videos, remember, I said before, they did these wee video diaries and update videos that they did, and they had that test footage, you know, that January 2022 footage. Of course, it's back in January now this is shown, so it's a while now. And it seemed like the January one was actually, it was all sort of optimised, but it feels like, if it was that long ago now, you mean, you think when it was the December 2021 period, it was really stuttery, and you know, it was all, you know, all that, it was pretty bad. And then in that time, like in that month, they actually got all optimised. But why is nothing moved? The only thing, why is nothing materialised for that game now, you know, truck driver heading off DLC? Why isn't anything being said or anything happened, you know, any release dates, any date announcements now? I mean, it's more than a year now, and I thought they were saying it was meant to come out in March. It was potentially coming out in March, you know. And now this is October now. I say this is, if I'm recording this on the 17th of October. So, just to say, you know, it's like now a year now since that actually happened. I mean, since they even when coming in on the merge in here, but everyone it's busy. Yeah, get my bearings back and get myself in the lane. Yeah, so obviously it was nearly a year since this was all since that was shown now, so I don't even know what's happened to truck driver now. The updates, the map DLC, the communication. I mean, Soedesco now, they put all their other games now up now. There hasn't been any truck driver post up there for such a long time. Apart from like a sale, or you know, a sale, Steam sale, or a sale that they put up on the socials. Get, you know, it's the truck driver seems to be showing up in there, but it isn't shown as an update or any of that. It's just wee quick sale stuff, you know, for a truck driver. I mean, as I say, I don't know what the situation of the map DLC is now for the game. If it's any updates, anything going to happen to truck driver. I mean, just by the signs of it, I feel like truck driver is now abandoned now. Like, I wouldn't go back to truck driver anyway, to be honest. I mean, I did play it, but and I played it on the PS5 briefly, and then I just never bothered playing it again because I kind of got bored, you know. I was just trying it out on the PS5 briefly off stream, you know, and then I was just, I was just saying it was just the same, you know, same game, you know, as the PS4. I mean, obviously it's a last gen game, you know, but they're meant to be bringing it a next gen version, weren't they? But apparently that's tied in with the map DLC, isn't it? Because it must include the new map and the AI semi trucks as well. But I mean, I don't know. why it's taking them that long. I mean, the Premier Distiller Truck Driver, the next gen version, I don't know if that's ever going to come out either, because it's tied in with the map DLC and so. And then until they announce a date for the map DLC, have to do whatever they do, whenever, you know, I've forgotten that's the headlights there. So wait to do that again. Disco lights. Until they actually tie in for map DLC, I mean tie in and restate. Until they kind of merge the DLC and obviously get the Premier Edition, until the DLC gets a restate, and they'll obviously tie in with the Premier Edition of Truck Driver. But yeah, Truck Driver, I just feel like, obviously I'll just say now, it's just a bit way too late now for things. I mean, we're still waiting on stuff like simple like AI semi trucks to come in Truck Driver, and we still haven't got any updates, anything like that, you know, for the AI semi trucks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought we would get an update for that, you know, the AI semis to come in Truck Driver, but that's never happened really. It's just simple updates like that. I mean, I wish they could have I wish they could have done that, you know. I wish they could have you know, like announced stuff like that, you know. Just announce things and just, you know, make that stuff come, you know, like the AI semi trucks, but then win the game first and then the map DLC. You know, but you think with the AI semi trucks, they're kind of tied in with the map as well, by the scenes of it. Like everything seems to be all, because of heading north, everything can't come because it's just the games, you know. I wish they could then get an actual update for Truck Driver, you know, like an update video again, how things are progressing, you know. I mean, I know Soedesco did get a new community manager, didn't they, recently, but also like Matt and I think we left and Soedesco, and then they got a new community manager for Soedesco, didn't they? But yeah, probably not got much else to say really now about Truck Driver. It's just a game I probably won't really play as much now, because it's a bit boring now, isn't it, Truck Driver? In my opinion now, I used to play it. You know, you see in my channel now, I has plenty of videos on the channel of Truck Driver, on the playlist. Truck Driver. You know, that game was obviously, when that game came out back in 2019, it was like the first trucking game for console, wasn't it? It was a potential game. It's going to be big, you know, like your Truck Simulator probably. Like a Euro Truck Simulator on console, but then, you know, just after a year or something, you know, probably like a half a year or something, or not even a year, and the game sort of, you know, the game was slacking, wasn't it, still, you know, with all these elements like windscreen wipers, you know, working windscreen wipers, reverse beeper, you know, things like that. Small map as well, you know. Just that is just it's just the amount of, like, you know, the map's only like the size of a bed, like a garden, you know. It's just tiny. It's just a tiny map on Truck Driver. So even, I don't think it's even a 1 in 10 scale compared to this game. I mean 1/20 scale, whatever. And it's just you know, it's just hardly any, it's probably a 1 in 50 scale or something, the Truck Driver map, because it's that small. You know, it's just tiny. I mean, it doesn't take long to drive going to the other side of Truck Driver on the map, and Truck Driver, it's tiny. Just 10 minutes or something to one side and another, you just there, you know, you're there, you're at your destination in an instant, eh? I mean, I did put a couple of truck driver videos on the channel not too long ago as well. You know, I did cover it for. I did not cover it for quite a while, and then I did put a couple of videos on the channel not too long ago. You know, I've been up there now, but quite a while, but you know. But you see, it's in case now. It's just coming up. It's just getting on now. Truck drivers. It's in the scrapyard now, I guess. Let's say obviously focus on this game here. You know, this isn't truck driver. This is on the road. I don't know why I talk about truck driver and on the road. You know, I like to just talk about anything, don't I? Let's let's talk about something else. So yeah, I was going to say, I'm not too far from 300 subscribers to my channel, guys. Coming up to that now, and obviously not quite there yet. I'm still a bit off still, but I believe in 27, as I speak on it, 278 or 277. It's plotting around that 278, 277. Sometimes it goes up and down sometimes, but around about the 270 sort of slash 280 sort of hovering around there. But yeah, let's say hopefully we can get to 300 soon, because I would appreciate that. That'd be a bit of a milestone for the channel there. We're not at 1k, but you know, I'm not really fussed about getting the channel up to massive subscribers. It's good to just get a wee community, you know. I mean, it's good enough. I mean, I think I do put other stuff on the channel, you know. It's not just simulation stuff. I put these like live gig videos, you know, metal bands. I like to do all that as well. Just something out of the blue sometimes, you know, and a bit varied sometimes, you know. Like I do gaming stuff, and then I do gaming stuff, and then I do some other stuff, you know, like put live gig bus stuff up there as well. You know, I have obviously you'll see it's the playlist. You'll see at the channel some of the bands that I've seen, some local metal bands and stuff like that. All that's on the channel. It's varied. It's a good thing. And obviously, as I say with my other channel, which I started up recently as a podcast channel, which is completely different. Obviously, I wanted to keep that channel separate, so I started doing a podcast. So this is very much this podcast is obviously the podcast. Then obviously I'm doing is really mainly interviewing bands. Just mainly you'll see it's a video podcast, so you see me, myself, and me, the bandmates, all that included in the videos. You'll see that it's just a video podcast, because I think it's a bit more interesting doing a video podcast than a, you know, audio podcast. But you know, it's always good to watch. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. You can watch it. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's the best of both things, I guess. So you can just put it on. You can just listen to it, and then you can, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. So it's a bit two in one. There's two in one anyway. That's the main thing. So yeah, podcasts. Yeah, I've got a good amount of videos there now to check out. You can just check that out in the search and box. I'll leave it down the bottom of the search and box. You'll probably see it anyway. Just to bring me to that other channel. It's called a funny name. I gave it a funny name called Hats Off Here, Hats Off, and Hats Off Here Down. That's the name of the podcast. I just really thought to myself, like, if you have long hair, take it out the ponytail, and if you have hats on, take the hats off. I mean it's a bizarre name, but I came up with it. It's just you can't wear a hat and you have to keep your hair down if you have long hair, you know. So it's quite cool. Well, it doesn't have to do it if you don't have to. It's just a name, you know. It's a name of the podcast. It's just I think it's a good thing. Make it different. So we're slowly making our way there. I think we're 213 kilometers away from Bremen, I believe. You know, doing well, cruising along. in the morning now, 5 in the morning. We took our west start, as I said, you know, I was just waffling on during the west spot. So got a wee while to, got a wee bit to go again, and fuel is alright as well. Fuel's doing good. I mean, truck driver, you'll just be filling up all the time. You actually I probably went through like probably the distance we've driven, we probably went through 3 tanks in truck driver. You know, truck driver, you're just draining fuel as much as possible, eh? Like, you know, mind doing when I did mud one a couple of while back now. I've not done. I mean, I've got a couple of mud one stuff still need to upload to it. So I've still got a couple of videos saying that I've never had a chance to upload for mud one. I'm going to try and get them on at some point, but I don't know when. I did record them a while back, so I put a few videos of mud one, and obviously there's a playlist there. You can check that out. Obviously. And then I just never bothered putting any more videos that, because I was just bothered about coming back into trucking again, you know, on highway trucking again, you know, like this. But yeah, mud runner, snow runner, mud runner, as you call it, spin tyres. Yeah, that's such a great game. I mean, you can't beat a bit of off-roading, big massive trucks. You know, it's so good. I mean, the graphics on those games are insane, you know. That's it. I mean, snow running events especially as well, all the off-roading stuff, you know. Got big massive trucks as well, big Kenworths and Caterpillar stuff there as well. I mean, you got some licensed trucks, you got scout vehicles as well, you got various vehicles in snow runner, mud runner. But I mean, the truck, I did that mud runner stream, and then also the big massive truck that I did, it must have been the Ridge DLC or something that I was playing it on. Or the Bog DLC, whatever it's called. It was that big massive 8x8 truck that I drove. That was drinking fuel like a diesel locomotive, you know. The fuel in that truck was insane. We going down, you have to just keep an eye on it, because it was that bad. It was that inefficient, eh? It's actually like a massive diesel locomotive. You're just looking at it, you're just keeping the eye out for the fuel, because you literally have a massive locomotive engine in it or something. That's what it felt like. But you know, that 808 was insane that I drove. It's done. You'll see it anyways. You see it's like a cab over truck, like an old school cab over. It's an MEZ, isn't it? Cab over. Some wee spatters up there, I noticed, eh? Now maybe I'm looking at something wrong, I thought I'm seeing something like rain, but maybe not. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. We're making our way to Bremen. It's going to be a good drive. I've been good so far. Maybe this version has actually improved. The steering of the truck maybe is a bit more stuck to the floor, but this is on the rigid box. You know, I've had the tandem, I've had a trail, for example, behind. It's going to go over the place probably. That's just bad enough, you know. So I don't know if I'll still do on the road stuff. I mean, I still want to do some more videos of, you know, like I want to try and do some more train sim world again, you know. I will put some of these videos up on the channel, and then I might be more train sim world again, because, you know, I'm enjoying a lot of train sim world. I mean, of course, I said before, I got an extra, another version of it that came with the DLC, so I'm going to try and play a bit more of that on stream as well. Show you some of the DLCs. I want to try and get back to Tourist Bus Simulator as well. I haven't really been focusing on that as much. I mean, I have played Tourist Bus Simulator. I mean, you see the difference. It's kind of like night and day difference, you know. Graphics, roundabouts, I mean, they do have. I mean, as I say, when I was in Berlin, there's that massive roundabout. I showed you at the start of the last video. So there is roundabouts in this game, but not as many. I mean, Tourist Bus Simulator has a lot to offer. Various roads and stuff to drive. You know, it's different compared to this game where you drive. It's always samey, isn't it? I think Tourist Bus Simulator is a bit different, isn't it? This is always samey all the time. Every road you drive on, it's the same, doesn't it? Of course, motorways are the same, aren't they? But Plymouth would have hills, you know. Plus, you have the massive hills, don't we? Somewhere around, I don't know where it's at where they are, but the hilly bits, you know, where the trucks distinctly stops, you know, that bit, yeah, those hills, eh? But yeah, like, you know, I want to try and do more train sim. I want to try and do some more. I want to try and do construction simulator to the channel. I want to try and do some more Tourist Bus Simulator. There's so much now, and that's the way. Another game I picked up recently as well. Another train simulator game. It's a more of an indie train sim. It's called Train Life and a train simulator. I picked up that game, so I really want to I might bring that to the channel as well. I'll play that. It's another train simulator game. It's an indie train simulator. It's not like it's got licensed trains with that, I don't think. I mean, I'll probably play it, you know. I've seen some videos on YouTube, but I managed to pick it up, and I'm going to bring that. I'm going to hopefully bring that to the channel as well. I mean, there's loads of games now. I mean, what's the simulation games? I've got Lawnmower Simulator as well. I might bring that to the channel. Lawnmower Simulator. That's another game that came on the PS5 quite recently. It feels like there is a bit of a resurgence of all these simulation games now. Actually, I picked a lot of them up recently. What else is there? Trying to figure out. There was another simulation game. I mean, I did these videos of Watch Dogs and, you know, these metalheads that I did. I just done those videos on YouTube. I mean, I don't know. You probably saw them. I did them not too long ago. I showed you all these metalhead creations that I've done in that game. It was just a couple of videos. I wanted to just show you that I didn't really do any commentary. It was just a ASMR sort of thing that I did. But I won't be playing. Don't think I'll be playing Watch Dogs. Not on the channel. I kind of like to keep it simulation, but you know, I just put something like that just to show you some more metalhead creations, punks, and alternative stuff. You know, it's not really anything I would bring to the channel as much. You know, it's difficult to do. You know, FPS games. You know, stuff like that. It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. To do commentary on those types of games, I'll have to concentrate, you know, and not bother with the commentary, you know, when I'm streaming these games and, you know, stuff like that. It's not really the best. The simulation games because they're a bit more just to your own pace sort of thing, you know. You can tell it's not really have to physical do this and that, but sometimes I do. Sometimes you do have to slow down and brake, you know, it's all that, but it's not really physically. You have to look out for, you know, things and that. FPS games, you're just concentrating, literally. You won't be doing this, you know. Don't really do any of this. But yeah, so I don't know what other games are bringing to the channel. I just don't think I'll be doing much on the road, I guess, because there's not very much to really say on this game now, to be honest. Obviously updates for this game are sort of dry now, you know. I don't even know, as I said before, the daft truck, if it is ever going to come out, the tankers. I mean, they were announced days ago now, so I feel like we're not going to get any much updates now for this game. I hope we do get an update, but I feel like On the Road is off the road. off the road than on the road. You know, it feels like, you know, everything seems like it's, you know, it's drive this game. Meaning like the game that they're focusing on now is the heavy cargo simulator game. You know, the sequel to this game. It's basically the same game, but also with heavy cargo. But also if you can drive the trucks onto the trailer, I guess I've seen on the YouTube videos. You drive a mobile crane, I believe. You know, stuff like that. I mean, it is better, but I mean, it's just, it should have this in this game. That's the whole point. You know, this game should have you know, have all this stuff, don't they? They should have like heavy cargo simulator, but also on the road. It should be part of on the road, like a sequel or something, you know, rather than releasing a complete new game. You know, that's the point. Yeah, it just feels like that's the game now that I just sticking to now. On the off the heavy cargo simulator or something, if it's called. That's it. Just focus on that game and abandon this game pretty much. Leave it where it is, leave it and stay it is. Not give us the daft truck or the, you know, any other updates for it. You know, I mean they should, but I feel like that's it now. I feel like it's not much in 6 months now. We'll not had any update for this game. You know, it's not really materialised anything of this. It's just, as I said in the last video as well, and everything's, I feel like this game's obviously not got much potential now. I'll put the dial lights on actually. I wonder if the retarder works. The 2S bus simulator has a retarder bit. No, nothing happens. I thought the retarder just doesn't do anything, doesn't it? Not. I keep going through that menu all the time. The retarder doesn't even do anything. It's like it's just there, but it isn't anything happens with retarder up and down. It's like they've not implemented anything for it. You know, it just says retarder up and retarder down, but nothing happens. I don't think it does anything. It's just a placement thing, isn't it? Retarder. I keep saying this. It doesn't do anything, does it not? I think it would have an engine brake or something, but it doesn't do anything. So I just think now, obviously now, just think the updates are dry now. And obviously now, the game is obviously probably not got any potential, so I think the only thing is now about the potential game is Euro Truck Simulator. Obviously that's the PC game, but you know, Euro Truck Simulator, I mean, it's always going to be king of the road, isn't it? Euro Truck Simulator, you know. It's not really, no, I don't think any other games really got in the forefront of Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator. I don't think that'll ever happen, to be honest. You know, Euro Truck Simulator is still getting updates still. I mean, they actually have got updates, so they're still updating it still. It's actually coming along to 10 years now, that game. Euro Truck Simulator, it's 10 years now. And it's still getting constant updates, you know. It's the thing, yeah. This game's only like a couple of years old, isn't it? I think it's about, how old is it? Must be, this game came in 2017, didn't it? On the PC originally, and then it came to console in February 2021. So that's nearly 2 years on console, and it's not had much updates. Like the game also looks, this game pretty much looks exactly the same probably on console. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm sure the updates aren't coming as thick as fast now. Obviously, you know, I'm sure this game looks exactly the same on day one when this came out on console. There's nothing really changed really. There's not been any scania AI implemented in this game, you know, never mind the updates. It's always MEM trucks driving. There isn't any scania trucks driving on the roads apart from myself. apart from my truck, of course, is the only Scania truck driving, you know. I mean, it's like, you know, like this game should have Scania AI trucks. I don't know why they never thought about putting Scania trucks in the AI. I know they have MEM. I mean, that's, you know, why not have Scania AI now? That's the thing there. You start to see, I'm funny enough, and actually noticing Scania stuff being in more games now recently. I don't know if you know, but I mean, obviously in Construction Simulator now, the new Construction Simulator's got Scania. Obviously the bus, obviously the TML Studios, the bus has Scania. Bus Simulator 21 is Scania Citywide. Obviously I did a video on that as well, didn't I, on the channel quite a while back. So you've got Scania and in the bus Simulator 21's got Scania. Obviously this game, you know, as well, of course. Construction Simulator, as I said earlier. I mean, Scania seems like it's getting its name out there to lots of virtual gaming now, you know, trucking sim. Also your Truck Simulator, of course, has Scania, you know. I like to see Scania trucks in games more. I like to see it, and then, you know, I mean, other games as well. I mean, Snow Runner, Mud Runner. Snow Runner should have Scania trucks. Farming Simulator, you know, that's getting Volvo as well. Farming Simulator 22 is getting a Volvo DLC soon. So, you know, get a Volvo. I believe there's a Volvo truck maybe coming to that as well. So, you know, Volvo's coming to Farming Simulator, but no Scanias and Farming Simulators as of yet. But maybe we'll get Scanias. No doubt maybe the next Farming Simulator game will have Scanias. I don't know. Some brass of the horns. Oh no! What's that? Until they stole the truck. Oh no, it's happened again. This. That's fine. It's happening. I know how to do it. I know how to work right now. But I remember when the truck does stall, you have to turn the ignition on and off again for it to bring it up again. Not far now. It's been good to get back on. I mean, I probably won't be playing this game, as I say, because I know it's not really anything. It's not really one of my games now, really, to cover as much on the channel. I might cover it again when there's another update for this game, you know. You know, if there's a new patch, maybe the new truck does come, the new daft truck, I'll definitely get back into it. And, you know, if it's like a major update, you know, like something, even something else to get your boat, if like a Volvo or something comes to this game, that would be even better. Volvo, FH, you know. But I don't know what the next update will be for this game, you know, to be honest. I mean, I was actually saying, I was just saying in the last video I was going to sell this truck, or sell my cattle truck to get the container chassis, but I don't know if I will do that or not. Obviously not in this video, you can see still driving the same truck, but I might try it sometime, get back in the container driving again. I might do another video. To be honest, I'm probably enjoying this game as much more than I think, you know. And I'm streaming it, you know, doing gameplay videos, you know. It's better to do it that way rather than, you know, waiting on, you know, and not doing it, you know, streaming that. It's a good game to cover that on the channel. That's us. We're here. Get everything all thingy. I think we've had a crew one today. Yep, that's actually quite good. We're on level 1. Anyway, for level 1 we've made it up to level 1. Down level 0. level 0's alright, but you know, level 1's better. Let's get the engine off here. Still got that on. Everything off. Like truck driver a little bit, so let's everything off. Windscreen wipers. Still not had any rain in this game still, you know, hasn't been raining in this game again as much as truck driver. You know, like every video will do a truck driver, it's always raining and it's hardly raining in this game. Anyway, that's us done another driveway once again, two in a new save now, so we're getting there now, we're making some progress. How's our employee driver getting on? He's probably getting there now. He's on his way up. I think he's going to Hamburg, isn't he? Yeah, he's on his way up to Hamburg, isn't he? He's getting his... Oh, he's actually picking up his pigs from Hamburg, isn't he? And he's going back to Stuttgart, isn't he? That's where he's dropping them off. I beg your pardon. So he's going to drive... He's driving to Hamburg to pick up his next delivery of pigs, and then he's going to Stuttgart to drop off the pigs. So he's still doing his own thing, so I'll really be a wee bit more patient. So level 4 is the next level for the next truck. So I'll have to wait until level 4 until we're able to buy a new truck. 3 trucks, a fleet of them, but you know, two at this time, but you know, free. I mean, free. It's free when you get to level 4, isn't it? Yeah, get one when you're at level 4. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I might get a container chassis sometime, you know. But anyway, as I say, I hope you have enjoyed a bit on the road again, once again. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, of course. In the description box there's the link to the podcast that I was just saying earlier on in the video. Yes, it's on the description box, so be sure to check that out once again. And yeah, I'll have the playlist at the end, all scattered around the screen, so you can check out some of my other stuff on the channel. Of course, you know, some racing gigs, and you know, so some other sort of videos on there as well. You know, some smaller videos, but some other stuff there as well, but not much else. You know, it's all gaming really. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. So, bye for now.